why I got small Nova.
Yeah.
And we're live again.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome to Clover Nova Notes. I am your host again, Mrs. Clover Nova, and I am joined by my two lovely co-hosts, Mrs. Coco and Mr. Antonio G.
That's it. That's it.
If you guys are joining us again, there's been some technical difficulties yet to be explained, but we're back. That's the most important part. We're back, and we're here with the House of Everything, and we are honored to have them today on the show.
That's right. That's right.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Welcome again.
so let's dive in. How are you guys doing today?
Great. I feel good.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you guys are here. Listen, I had the most amazing time hanging out with y'all, meeting y'all, and getting to know the group as a whole. It felt like family. I felt like that cousin that I was just on a little vacation. I came back and y'all were just like, hey! And I love it. I love the dynamic of the group. I love everything about y'all. Like, seriously, I felt like I wasn't getting to know y'all, but it felt like I knew y'all, and I was just like, "Hey, we miss you," and it was so embracing, and I enjoyed that. But I want to share.
I'm glad that you feel that way. That makes us happy.
Yes,
That's
I
good.
feel happy. So like I said, this wasn't an interview, and I got about 15, 16 questions, but but we're just gonna. For me to calm myself down, I just said I'm gonna have to have a conversation with my cousins and them. I'm gonna have a little conversation. That's all, and I want to share you guys with everybody. I want to have something that I could say. These are the people I've been talking about. These are the people I'm sharing on my stories, and these are the people that I'm following. And I'm watching you guys. I'm watching how you guys move as a unit and as a movement. Okay, because I get to ramble. My co-hosts are going to tell me when I ramble. But listen to me when I tell y'all this. When I first, me and Flash, okay, me and Mr. Flash Gotti, when we first started doing music, we were looking for all of this. We were looking for group dynamic. We were looking for like inclusion. We were looking for talent. We were looking for, just people who wasn't trying to, bring people on to like step on them. And Flash can attest to this. We have linked and collab with a number of people, and it kind of drowned out the fun in it because there was always like other motives. I want to start back first. I want to start by saying how did this all come together?
Ooh.
How did the
Girl.
House of Everything, who laid the bricks?
Really quickly,
Yes.
for those that don't know, can you all introduce yourselves?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I am Mikey Everything, the overall father, founder of the House of Everything LLC. That's me.
Hey, Mikey.
I'm Dama Moon, the mother of House of Everything. You can also call me Miss Luna, Miss Moon.
Moon Queen. Yeah. I call her Moon Queen.
Moon Queen, Moon Goddess, all that. Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Hey everybody, I'm Titus, the resident sex kitten of the House of Everything. Former dancer, administrative assistant, basically everything behind the scenes of House of Everything, and now a new artist.
Yes, that's my baby, y'all. Titus, that's my baby. I claimed him.
I love me some Clover.
I love me some Titus. Yes.
And I am Flash Gotti of the House of Everything, Flow Assassin, Murderer.
Not murderer.
I can attest to that.
Okay. We got bail money, so it's okay.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
And I am Onyx Blue, one of the newest artists in the house.
Hey, you're the newest artist. Okay. Come on. I didn't know that. Okay, yep. The more you know.
We make dreams come true.
Yeah. Okay. And at the bottom we have the scroll with the other artists that are not here today, but I'm sure they're watching.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Everybody down there.
Gotta keep y'all ready. Make sure
I had
everybody's
to rap when I knew that some people weren't gonna be able to go. I'm saying, look, let's put everybody on the scroll. So you know, this is not the complete house.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. You know.
This is,
yeah. So to answer the question that was originally asked, how did the House of Everything begin?
Yes.
So, okay. Back in 2016, into 2016, 2017, 2016 really, I was signed to Trax Records, which is a house music label here in Chicago. I made a song called Freak Somebody, and I was looking for dancers for live performances and a music video that I hadn't even planned or started. I was booked for nothing when I started looking for these people, right? And I found Hassan Hannes, who is a part of the House of Everything. I call him the lieutenant of the House of Everything. And I met Mike Davis, who was a dancer that danced with me for a long time and still comes back here and there. We also love Mike Davis. Mike Davis is also part of the House of Everything. And I met those two guys, and we did Free Somebody. We made a video. We had live performances all over the city. And then we started to grow. And Titus came along and started dancing with us. And I don't know, Clover. Guys, it just like all of a sudden became a thing. And then I started dating someone who introduced me to Damo Moon, and Damo Moon and I in my studio apartment in Hyde Park. You remember that?
Yes, I remember
We started making music, and you know,
we made 3 songs.
We made 3 songs that day, and it like spawned this creative love affair that we had. And then I met Q Shantae, who I started creating with, and made an EP. And you know, it was rocky in the beginning. I'm gonna be honest, because I met all of them through an extremely toxic ex. And oh God, yes. And you would not. And see, the thing about it is, what's so deep.
Talk about it. Let's talk about
it. What's so deep is that I met all of these beautiful, wonderful people that I now call my family through a toxic ex, but none of that toxicity has ran into the love and the situation and the music and the art that we create with each other. There are no remnants of that anymore. However, in the beginning, it was tough because I knew that we all had something amazing and wonderful together, but it was really hard for me to trust because I had been broken and dragged through the dirt by this person, you know? But I knew that I loved Nabo Moon. I knew that I loved Q. I knew I loved all these people, Flash included. Like, I knew that I loved all these people and that there was something there, but I had to get past that. And thank you. And when we finally got past that, all of a sudden we came upon this real life family, you know? And it started, the core of it really started with me and the dancers that danced with me for so long. And then it became extended to the other artists that were in the house. And it just became this huge, you know, combustion of energy that just like collided and then exploded. And then he was like, let's make an EP or an album. I said, hell no.
You said no?
I said, hell no. I ain't never doing that. You got me messed up. It's never happening. And then I was very against it. And then something changed. I don't know when it changed. Feedback. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is.
Come on, Janet.
It was that I saw that there was a need and that people wanted it from me.
Yeah, because they wanted me and you to do an
album. They want us to make an album together, like a whole entire album. And then I realized, like she said, that there was a need there, and we really just like ran with it. And like 8 months ago, she was like, "Okay, we gonna do this thing, and we gonna start recording songs, and we gonna go back and get songs that's unreleased, and we gonna see what happens." And you know, what it really was, guys, and I'm not like trying to sound any type of way, is that, you know, as a leader, I require that everyone shows up for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And in turn for them showing up for themselves, they show up for the house, you know?
Yeah.
And before I set forth and said that I was going to commit to this project, I asked that of every single person individually, face to face, or phone, you know, FaceTime. And I said, can you commit to this project and can you show up? They said yes, they showed up, and we got it. And that's really what it is, you know? And it's really
that was cute.
Hey.
So, you know, I like the round of applause.
Right.
So that's how the House Everything got started. Woo!
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But
So
that's
where did
amazing.
come from?
Okay. So I am Mikey Everything. That is my stage name. That's what I go by. And you know, it's funny because the House of Everything is so many different things, because the House of Everything is also the name of my first album. It's also that. But, you know, molded and shaped after the ballroom scene, we decided that, you know, our group should be called the House of Everything. I actually tried to do this with a group of people once upon a time, and we called it the Freedom Function. That's what we called it. And that was it was okay, but it was a fail. It was a no. And you know, when I thought about, you know, what we are and what we comprise and how we are everything, you know, it just felt right, you know, to call it the House of Everything, not to be like, you know, Diana Ross and the Supremes, but like to make it like, you know, like one thing all together. So that's what it was for.
I love that. So when we think about the House of Everything, talk to us about just what was your thoughts in the composition of who was going to be a part of the house? How did you figure out how all the members are going to be a part of it?
You know what? I honestly feel like they chose themselves, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I really feel like that because, you know, it's a group of core people, Q, Jace, Damo, the girl Justine. Justine's not a part of the house, but like they all had their own thing together.
Mm-hmm.
And I came into that and I started recording with Q, and then I saw their talents, and, you know, we would have writing sessions and barbecues, and it was just like, everybody that showed up had so much to offer that it was just like, on my first album, I literally worked with everybody. Like, I literally was like, boom, boom, you know what I mean? And I pulled all of them and I created art with all of them. And I saw the talent. Like, there's so much talent in these people. And it's not like, it's like genius talent. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the kind of talent that's just like, oh yeah, they do their little music stuff. He's cute or whatever.
Yeah.
No, this is next level, real live talent.
Right.
That's how I say. I say they chose themselves. You know what I mean? And it was about the energy and the vibe, and you know, that's what it really was.
Mikey, I feel like it's about your energy. I feel like you're a magnet for positive energy, and I feel like everyone gravitated to you like you were the sun and the planets around. You have the moon right next to you, son.
Aww.
And you have planets around you. And I feel like, I don't know what it is about Mikey. I don't know if it's that iconic smile, your eyes, your voice, whatever it is, but I instantly feel comfortable. It's like, you know how when you meet people, you just like, let me fill them out first. When you're in the presence of Mikey, you're just like, hey, what's up, Mikey? You know, it's instant. And I feel like you have that presence of a leader. And I feel like people can just trust you because they see that in you.
Thank
you. Know, and even in the modesty of saying that, you know, everyone just, you know, came together and everything else. I feel like it was you. They gravitated to you because I felt that.
Thank you.
I don't know. Is it just me, y'all?
No, I agree. I agree because that's the same thing I felt too. Before I actually really met him, I saw the video Make It Hot, and I was like, "This has got to be a $10,000 production or something because this is nice." You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really, really nice, and it was refreshing. And I was sharing it to everybody, and they was like, well, "Who is that?" Like, I don't know, but I need to know him. You know. But when I first met him, it was always. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always had a healthy relationship from the very beginning. If there was an issue about anything, he came to me and talked to me. If I had an issue, I came to him and talked to him too. as well, because I was really close to his ex as well. So I felt like I was in the middle of that shit. That shit was so weird. That was so weird. But because it got to the point where I was doing some diss songs with him, and I did diss songs with. It was crazy. I'm used to
all over the place.
Y'all band together like.
Oh my goodness.
So at the same time, I wanted to experience these artists so I can put myself out there, because that was the main goal. Like, I'm trying to get myself to be out there. If it wasn't for me going to Boys versus Girls,
Pride Takeover,
I would never met Liddy. I would never met him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think last weekend that was the last show for Pride Takeover, and I had to come to celebrate because I would never got to this point if I'd never been there. And he was always like, he was just so happy and lucky and smiling, like
I know.
It's his energy, his aura, so that would gravitate me to him. So yeah.
Mikey, that smile is disarming. You cannot look at Mikey and frown up at him when he smile at you. It's like you literally melt.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, we gotta shout out to that ex, because we think
Shout out, X, okay?
yeah, right.
Because
X created an X factor, okay?
Oh, wait a minute. What was that? No, we don't. Hold on. Hey, absolutely not.
He like, wait.
Not the X create, but I'm saying the X factor came from that experience.
Right.
Okay.
It was a blessing in disguise, and like everything happens for a reason, and honestly, I wouldn't, as horrible as that situation was, horrible, I would not change it for the world, because it brought all of these people into my life, and look what we created. I feel bad because child, he's seeing this shit. He's like, oh my goodness.
He's definitely in his
feelings. So is
the house full right now?
No, the house is never full. We are always taking applications.
Okay.
We make dreams come true.
We make dreams.
Listen, as you guys are talking, I'm just going to be flashing pictures. Keep talking. I have a string of pictures here flashing. If y'all want to stop and talk about what's in the picture, y'all can. Okay. I just collected some pictures, and I just wanted to flash them up. Okay. I want to start with the picture of your most recent project, Breaking Bread, which is right now on my car radio. That and Hassan, I played them simultaneously in the car back and forth. I can't play them when my mama's in the car, but
I wouldn't suggest that.
I play certain songs, because even though she'll listen to it, I just fear the question, like, what they talking about, So I play, but I bump them in the car. I love everything about it. So this is the table, the Breaking Bread table. I love it.
Stop by Blake Martin.
Shout
out Blake Martin. He gave us. Go ahead.
Hi Blake. I'm still waiting you to respond to my friend request on the Facebook. Look, stop, Clover. Look.
That's my manager. I love him. He's an amazing man. An amazing man.
So Blake Martin is the manager. He does excellent photos as well too. I love his work. Let's get into this picture. This is by Blake Martin.
It's the color hues for me.
That's promo for the 10 Feet Tall remix. Oh wow, Manifesto.
Yes, let's go.
And you got, I told y'all I met him.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, and we talked about Mike Davis.
Davis, co-founder of the Haus Of Everything.
Co-founder, dancer, extraordinaire. Yes.
Yes, Mike and TR, Taja. That's another member of the Haus Of Everything.
And here's my moon. My moon in my favorite color, looking Cloverlicious. Yeah.
Oh, guys.
All right now.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Come through with the fuchsia.
And his boyfriend. Okay, so real quick, this is Keith and this is Q. Can y'all talk a bit about how the group boyfriend came under the house? Like,
okay, so I've been knowing Q and Keith. Well, I've been knowing Q longer than I knew Keith.
mm-hmm.
I used to be in a singing group with Q.
I don't know.
Nobody knows
That
about
ain't
I remember it.
the wrong
so Q been in a lot of groups.
Okay.
Might be closer.
So what was it? Wait, because
the group
with four of them. So the group was Keith, it was Keith, it was Jace, it was Navarre. They called themselves Navarre. That they had some music too, but then kind of slipped out. You know what I'm saying? I can't really speak upon that because I wasn't in the group. Yeah. But I was in the group with Q as Crush with another female named Justine, and then we didn't really go that far either. So Keys and Q, it just meshed well. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I wasn't for it because it was like every time you get in the group, it don't work out. So, but it worked out for them, and I really enjoy I enjoy what they feed off each other. They both complement each other in many ways, and it just works well with them. They both singers. They both songwriters. They both engineers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they really talented. So, and then because I was with them and we was all together, and of course Q doing all the engineering and stuff like that. So it just went well like that. Like that's how it happened.
Yeah.
They just boyfriend. I just have always believed in their talent.
Edit that picture.
Yes, and I also, boyfriend will tell you if they was here. Yeah. I was in my car and we got on the phone one day and, we had a real conversation. We had a real conversation about where they wanted their careers to go, what was important to them, successes and failures. And, since that moment, I really feel like they stepped up to the plate and really tried to be the duo that they said that they were, because in the House of Everything, we walk it like we talk it. If you say you're an artist, okay, you can say you're an artist, but are you doing the things that you're supposed to do to get to the next level as an artist? We're independent artists, we're funding all of this stuff out of our pockets, with a little sponsorship here and there. And, if you want to make it happen, you got to commit. So they made the commitment and they're doing their thing. I'm proud of them. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. They also even took part in writing for me for Many Moons of Love too as well, both of them. Yeah. And they did backup singing too as well. Okay. And they're gonna be my backup singers.
All in the house, all in the family.
Come on for the backup singers. I'm here for
it. Boyfriend is very talented. I think they both work very well together because when they was in the group with Jace, and it was Jace and Obsidian. And they broke up. It was Navarre. I was like, y'all should be a duo and call it boyfriend. And that's everything.
Oh, that's how it came about?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
That's how the name boyfriend
came the name and everything. And they wasn't for it. And then they both did it. So I like it.
Learn something new every day. I ain't even know that.
I love it.
You see boyfriend, you think they're boyfriends, and I've learned
everybody's
not.
Yeah.
Well, it's a play on words.
It's good.
They're two dudes, and it's
right. Boys that are friends, boyfriend, like it's everything. Come on, wordplay. Let's get into this picture now. Yeah. I love this picture so much. It's powerful. It's vulnerable at the same time. I love it. This is a work of art. I love this picture.
I love it too.
I love this picture.
Makeup done by me.
Yes, Damo Moon Beach.
Come on, Titus. And speaking of Flash and Onyx, can we get into this picture right here?
Okay.
Right.
Picture taken by me.
Yeah, that's taken by Mikey.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys want to tell me
That
about
was at the photo shoot for Breaking Bread. Which was an awesome photo shoot. I don't know. I just had to be. I couldn't miss that for nothing. I think we both agree that we couldn't miss an opportunity to showcase our talent and represent the house in the right way. I don't think. I don't. I mean, for me, I don't think it was a thing of I should miss this or anything. That was very. Even if I didn't have anything for the photo shoot, I made it happen though. I didn't want to miss this for nothing or disappoint anybody and myself. So I didn't want to disappoint myself. That's a great accomplishment for me personally.
Yeah.
That's like a very big step for me. And I always see Mikey and I always like hug him. He don't know how much that really meant to me. What I'm telling you now, I already told you before in person, but that really meant a lot to me.
Aww.
It meant a lot to me for y'all to show up for yourselves, and I tell y'all that over and over again. Like, there's no like, I appreciate the thank you, I do, but the thank you comes in you showing up for yourself. That's the biggest thank you for me. That's the end all tell all right there. That's you showing up for yourself means more to me than anything. So you're welcome and thank you.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
I love that.
See what I mean? How Mikey
like you in the world.
Oh.
If I go ahead and audition and tell you I can sing and write and dance, I don't think you're gonna turn me down.
Say something now.
Coco, you really can't sing. Like I can't sing.
Let me tell you one thing. House of Everything, we are honest, baby. And we say some things to each other that if it came from somebody else, you might be like, you know what, I'm gonna take my stuff off and we're gonna have a problem.
That's my pearl.
When it comes to the house, you know, you can't do nothing but be like, okay, they not saying this because they hate it. They saying this because it's the
Now,
truth.
I'm gonna ask you this question, and then I'll know if I can really trust you. Who's better, Brandy or Monica?
They are both. Let me tell you. I'm gonna say this.
Come on, PC.
They are both
answer.
queens in the realm in the world of R&B, right? Both two queens that I love dearly, and I've listened to their music since I was a teenager.
But
I love Brandy, and that's just I love Brandy. She turned the camera off. She turned the camera off.
Like you might hate on my vocals, so I may not sing for you because if you think that Brandy is better, then you may not, you know.
I'm gonna mute you, Coco. I'm gonna mute you,
You think
Coco.
Monica's better?
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you, Coco.
What was the question?
Coco, you are a Monica fan?
Absolutely.
So let me get some love all over me. If you're a Monica fan, let me get some love all over me.
You don't want to do that, Mikey.
Oh, go ahead, come on.
Let's hear it.
You don't want to do that.
Not right now.
Paying attention. Go ahead.
I gotta drink some tea. I might sound like if I try to sing right now.
It's some tea, but it ain't in that cup.
Honestly, I just think, and I tell it to people all the time, Monica has more hits because people who are not musically inclined don't understand what Brandy is doing with her voice.
Period.
What is she?
I just want to go on record by to saying that I absolutely love you for that comment. That comment was very, very, very necessary. It was needed. It was informative.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
I think Monica has a lot of bounce music, a lot of
what do you say?
Shoulder box.
What?
Brandy has like vocal ability. And a lot of people understand that they gravitate towards Monica more because it's more party.
I mean, the question is like, are we talking about how many hits? Or are we talking about vocally how they are?
Talent wise.
Talent wise?
Yes.
Let me just say this. Talent is, in my opinion, like on this spectrum, right? That has to do with a whole lot of things in between, right? And our personal taste and what we like and how we hear music, shapes a lot of that. Someone that I think is extremely talented, like for example, I adore Janet Jackson. Now, there are people that be like, i.e. Keisha Cole, that be like, I don't get it. I don't see why Janet Jackson is big name. I don't see why people like Janet Jackson. Blah, 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 blah. And sure, you grew up drinking Old English and listening to Tupac. So you may not see it for Janet Jackson because that's not what you saw.
And carrying baseball bats.
Period. And making fish plates. So, it may not be that for you. But me, where I come from, growing up tap dancing, growing up in theater, growing up listening to Michael and Janet Jackson, like that's what it is for me. That's the epitome to me.
Yeah, so. And a lot of people don't know that Janet Jackson actually was the first to show these artists that's up today. Y'all don't know this, but Janet Jackson showed people how to work a stage.
Oh.
All this in the middle of the stage, that side of the stage, that side of the stage. They got that from Janet. A lot of people follow that same sequence on their stage from Janet.
Me and Chris watched the entire Rhythm Nation tour last night from beginning to end.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to tell you something. People can say whatever they want to say about Janet. There's no one that does what she does. No, and we watched that tour last night. People rag on Janet for lip syncing because she dances so much, whatever. Miss Jackson's mic was on from the beginning of concert to the end of concert.
Even during the commercial.
And she was singing and dancing.
And let me say this.
Come on, Paul. Now listen now. Y'all. I see people. Wait, don't get it. Don't get it twisted now. She's not a powerhouse vocalist.
Correct.
And the reason she's not a powerhouse vocalist because she is an all-around entertainer.
Period. That's what it is.
Okay? All-around entertainer. So she's going to put on a show. You're not going to see her on the bar stool. You might see her on the bar stool, but she ain't going to stay there.
Nah.
She's going to work that stage, and when she needs to cool down, she's going to hit you, and you're going to hear every word.
Yeah, and and the thing about it is that Janet has a soft voice, and she uses that soft voice very well.
And the music complements her voice too.
That's right. Yeah, there are a ton of artists that have the same soft voice that still do well, and there are others, both male and female. So I think a lot of people. I'm a huge Janet fan. I've been to every tour, Velvet Rope out of Rhythm Nation. She got one coming, the Diamond. She got this coming up. I'll be there in 3 months. She'll be here sitting near me. Yes, sir. So just please understand, it's going down. Janet, I travel for you. That's right.
All right.
That's what it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna move. Who's this lovely lady here?
That's Miss Yaya. Come on for the.
Hey, Yaya.
Yaya is actually how I started making music. Yaya is an artist in Chicago, now really into the blues scene. She's really, really paving the way in the blues scene, really, really doing her thing. But I started making music with Yaya. I started making music for her, creative directing for her, dancing for her. Back in 2015 when my mother passed away, I moved back from Houston, Texas to Chicago and reconnected with Yaya because I've known Yaya since I was 19 years old. And we reconnected and we just had this synergy that was incredible. And I was working with Yaya. Yaya was going through a bad breakup. She kind of approached me like, listen, I'm gonna have to put this music stuff on hold. I got life to do. And music was what was keeping me sober, I was an addict. Well, if you're an addict, you are a lifelong addict. I am an addict. I have beat my addiction. I have been clean for 3.5 years. Well, no, 4 years now. And, thank you. And after she told me that she didn't want to do music no more, I was like, what am I about to do? Like, you don't want to do music? And her producer tapped me on the shoulder and said, you ever thought about making your own music? And it literally, like, that one question changed my entire life, because it was like he dropped that piece of knowledge on me, and then my daddy died. And I had already lost my mother, and my dad died. And after my dad died, someone bought me a book. Actually, my aunt bought me a book that said, the name of the book was 5 Things to Accomplish Before You Die. And it is basically a book that takes you through all of these different exercises to figure out what it is you're supposed to do in life. And I got to such a low place from grief, that I actually really turned to this book and I started to write what it was that I wanted. And after going through this book, I realized that my destiny was to make music and to be an entertainer, because that's what I really wanted to be. And me working with Yaya was me being being scared and standing behind her instead of being the front man. And at that very moment, I started to figure out what I wanted my music to sound like. I developed a playlist. I went back to said producer that told me that I should make my own music, and we created a beat. And that's how Free Somebody got made. And I really and the funny thing about it is that we had a challenge at work to write a rap about, I worked at a collection agency, to write a rap about being on the phone collecting money. And I wrote a rap that was so good that everybody in the whole entire place was like, "Oh my God, you just killed that!" And then that's what really let me know, like, this is it. And
again, the feedback.
Yeah, exactly. The feedback is huge. Period. Yeah, because I used to
turns me back around to Janet, who had a song called Feedback.
Period. Because that is my idol, my go-to. But so that's kind of how it happened. And so shout out to Yaya, because Yaya worked at that collection agency with me as well. So
I hate those bars. So when I go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, girl, you already doing it. You living your dreams by being on this show today on your off day.
Yeah.
That is.
Come on.
I'm not feeling good.
Okay. I have a question. I was on the phone with Flash a couple of days ago, and I was going to ask him the question, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait to the show. I have one question. We talked about Onyx and Flash and Jace working together. Why is Jace not on the cover?
Technical difficulties. Yeah, it's a lot of technical difficulties.
A lot of technical difficulties. We'll just say that.
Anybody that wasn't on the cover is technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, technical difficulty. And shout out to Jace. But in order to be a part of something the magnitude of what we're doing, it takes a lot of space, a lot of mental space. It takes a lot of physical space, and it takes a lot of heart space,
Okay.
And sometimes when life happens, you don't have space for it. And Jason
not easy.
So
yeah.
I'm sure when he does, he'll be full frontal.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Jace, and I believe in meeting people where they are. And Jace this summer got on stage with me and performed our song. And I've been begging them to do this for ages and ages. And they actually did that. So I'm happy. We got to perform our song. It's one of the most streamed songs on my album. It's called The Fall. And the fans love it. So I'm glad that we got to do that. And Jay showing up for that was enough for me, even though I would have loved to say
Okay, Jace.
I would love to have a beautiful face on the album, but it's all good.
Okay. Okay, some more pictures. Let's get into
Obsidian.
Obsidian.
I'm not gonna remember the house. I actually have other music with Obsidian. I have Move Your Feet. Obsidian has his own EP out, which is you just showed the picture for before. But Obsidian is on Don't Go with Hassan Hannes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Who's this?
Aaron Gunn. Aaron Gunn is a House affiliate. Aaron Gunn is my brother. Aaron Gunn is on my most recent 2 singles. Come on, Barty.
Yes.
Most recent 2 singles are 10 Feet Tall and 10 Feet Tall remix. and just an amazing Sagittarius. I have, like, me and Sagittarius have the most cosmic connections, you know, musically and in friendship. And Aaron is another example of that. Such an amazing friend, and I really have found a brother in him. Like, I just love him to pieces. I get so excited when I see him. I saw him the other night out, and I was just like, brother, I love you. I miss you.
Yeah, speaking of
I get
Sagittarius.
excited too.
He's excited.
He's excited.
Speaking of Sagittarius, someone is a Sagittarius in this group, Mr. Flash Gotti.
Happy belated birthday, Flash.
Thank you.
Birthday,
Thank
Flash
you.
Gotti.
I'm Sagittarius. I'm gonna just drink my tea.
Oh, yeah.
What? Okay.
So let me tell you this.
Oh,
Not Sagittarius.
They got
that conversation.
Paul said they got that yummy, that yum.
They do.
I would say this.
They
We could be the best of friends, but we cannot date. I'm just keeping. Me and Sagittarius cannot date. It just don't work. And I done tried to make it happen several times. It just don't work.
They're too adventurous.
Child, it just don't work. We have the same. We have very similar energies, and they just be like.
Well, shout out to my darling younger sister Ebony. Her birthday was December 16th.
Hey.
My oldest sister Yapaya, her birthday was 17th. And my cousin Chris, his birthday is today. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday to all those Sagittarius.
Y'all aren't bit much, but I love them all from afar.
Not from afar. Hassan Hannes, La Honda the Stallion. So Hassan Hannes is one of the founders of the Haus Of Everything, another Sagittarius. And he is, what can I say about Hassan? You know, Hassan and I started the house. You know, he's my movement coach. He is like, you know, I get up on stage and I do these videos and I dance and I do these other things, but like, you know, I had a lot of insecurities surrounding being a dancer, you know, that lived with the fact that I'm a bigger guy. You know, I never felt confident as a dancer, really, you know. I always used to like deny being a dancer. I used to just be like, no, I'm not a dancer. I'm just somebody that has a passion for dance. And Hassan like really broke me of that and really gave me the confidence that I carry with me in my stage presence and in the music videos that people think are so amazing. I got that from Hassan. So like, you know, I'm forever indebted to him for that because my identity as Mikey Everything and the performer that I am, the amazing performer that I am, I'm going to own that and say that, it comes from Hassan. And he's taught me so much. And I appreciate him so much and I love him so much. And he's also, as fine as my son is, he is the sweetest person that you will ever meet. I've never met a person more genuine. He's so genuine and so like, he don't have a mean bone in his body. I've never seen him be, and I'm kind of mean sometimes. I can be mean sometimes. But he is not mean and he's just sweet through and through.
I don't believe that, Mikey.
Oh yeah.
Well,
see somebody because you ain't never seen nobody cross me. If somebody crosses me,
let me tell you about the time. Let me tell you. Wait, story time. Can I do story time?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. That's the name of that's the show. Let's talk about it.
I've also been an employee too.
Oh yeah, because I'm also a restaurant owner.
Right. So the situation that was going on with the ex, you feel me? And it was some bad shit. And he came in like, you know, he was really upset. Like he came in, he's just like, he's like, and if I see that motherfucker, and he's doing this towards me, and I'm like, bro, why you doing this towards everybody? That was the first time I ever seen him go that ham. I'm like, oh, is that what's towards me? Did I do something wrong? He's like, no.
I'm an Aries. Yeah. And one thing about an Aries you don't do, you don't mess with our people. You mess
Aries
with my
Aries
people.
is also a god of war.
The god of war. You mess with my people, it's over. I'm gonna end you. Okay? And someone had messed with one of my kids. He's sitting right there. And I had to let it be known that because I'm also like, you know, I come from a place where you want to settle the score, we're gonna step outside. That's how I get down, you know. And a lot of people are very surprised to hear that when they hear that about me, but that's how I get down. You got a problem, let's step outside, you know. And because it's after a certain point of disrespect, there's no returning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you can talk and you can do all of the stuff, but at a certain time, it ain't no room for talking no more. And then it got to that point. So yeah.
I feel like if you're going to be a nice guy, you got to have that range as well.
You got to.
People will try you.
Yeah. And I look cute and cuddly, so people always want to try me. Mm-hmm. And then when the Tasmanian devil comes out and they're like, "Oh, wait, I didn't mean it. I didn't know."
It's a lot. Do not ever in your life try Mikey Everything, Michael Nelson. Do not ever do it. Because that would be the end of your very existence. I have witnessed this.
Y'all better listen. Y'all hear that, right?
And I'm the son, the daughter. I know I've seen it all. Do not try this man.
Okay, y'all hear that out there? Do not try Mikey. Okay, don't let that nice guy and that good energy and all that, the spirit and the auras and all that stuff fool you. Because
y'all will step outside.
Period.
He's the sun, but he can also give you a moon, honey. Okay.
You know what you have? You have. Even I'd have been upset and crying and like he been doing the ugly cry in front of them.
And I'm like right here.
You like. So you have seen it all. You have seen the full range of my emotions.
Oh, I forgot something. Aaron Gunn. I just learned today that Aaron Gunn, I'm Yours was on 107.5 WGCI. Congratulations, Aaron Moon. Aaron Gunn. I'm sorry, Aaron Gunn. I mess up names sometimes. I just blended them together.
Okay, we ain't even notice.
Yeah.
You know what you mean.
Okay, so I want to know. Okay, let's get through some of these questions because we already. Let's see. What's the most challenging part about being in a group or having a group? What's the most challenging part? And I want to hear from each one of y'all. What's the most challenging part about being in a group and forming a group?
I'm just gonna keep it high level. I'll let everybody do some deep digging because I'm always doing a deep dig. Scheduling is very difficult when you're dealing with a group because it's hard to get everybody on the same accord. As you see today, how many people are missing? It's difficult. It can be hard to get everybody in the same place at the same time, on time, and ready to work. So,
but that's not a bad thing because they're showing up for themselves. So
absolutely,
they're not here. They're showing up for themselves. So
it's a thing that, as the leader, that I'm accustomed to because I have to, I schedule my own rehearsals, so I have to deal with 6 to 7 dancers, schedules, kids, boyfriends, babies, dogs, periods, and everything else.
Mikey, this is for you. This is for you, Mikey. What about you, Mrs. Damo Moon Queen?
I was gonna say scheduling too.
Okay.
That is the biggest, I guess, flaw that we have. But I also know that everybody have their own lives and things in that matter. Things happen, blah 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 blah. When it comes to critical criticism, did I say that right?
Constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
We're learning how to like accept, but also sometimes it can backflash a little bit because it'll look like we're trying to go in. Because there's been a couple of times I said like it wasn't my favorite, and they took it as in like ain't nothing wrong with it. I didn't say there's something wrong. It's just
right.
Favorite.
You didn't say you didn't like it. It just
right. I didn't say I didn't like it. It's just not my favorite. That's it. But we're learning. We're learning that. You know what I'm saying? You feel.
And Damo, you sensitive in the booth.
I'm there.
When you talk to Damo in the booth, and she be like, I don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
I'm done doing it. It sounds fine. No, Damo, you got to do it again. Yeah. I can't. You be like, we don't use the word can't, Damo. Yeah. She gets frustrated.
I get frustrated.
But Q pushes. He pushes gently, but he's not gonna stop until it sounds how it's supposed to sound. Do it again. Can you do it one more time? One more time. One more time.
Yeah.
One more time.
That's
One more
irritating.
time. This is the last time.
That's irritating.
And then the last time gonna be the last time.
Right, it's never the last time. But you know what? But I learned that it needs to happen. See, that's another thing about me. I could be kicking and screaming. I'll do it, but I'm gonna kick and scream. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. I'm gonna kick and scream, but I'm gonna do it though. But at the same time, it does work out because evidently y'all like how it sounds, so it comes out right. So I guess I like how you just put me on blades.
I mean,
well, okay. Yeah, but that's it for me, really.
And we talked about Q, but I didn't put his picture up there.
come on, LaQuisha, like.
What do you got, LaQuisha?
Yeah, you know we have a lot of play names for all of each other. All of us have play names
that change week
to year. The opposite gender of what gender we identify as well. So.
All right.
What about you, Titus? What's the most challenging part?
And I knew Mikey was gonna say this. So being the administrative assistant of the entire house, I can definitely say scheduling is the number one. And it's just because everybody, of course, we have lives, but with everybody prioritizing their personal lives and being an artist, it's always that the work conflicts, it's the rehearsal. It's just, but I'm realizing that's not a bad thing because in the real world, production is always, everybody's not meant to do production. Right. So the people that actually want to do it, like myself, I take it all in, I inhale it all. But yes, that is something different. But also being in the house as long as I've been, I've noticed because of the energy that we give off, everybody wants to be a part of it. Kind of like what I said in Nasty, everybody wants a piece. That's very true, but everybody doesn't deserve the energy and time. Yes. So the thing that I'm noticing about being in the house is because our energy is so special, we have to protect it. Mm-hmm. And it really is, it's not 9 to 5, it's 24-hour thing. We have a clean house in a very strong way in the House of Everything. So
yes.
With a Hoover. With a back. over and over and over.
Okay. What about you, Flashing Tinopolitisaurus Burger?
Don't give them that.
That's my nickname. I've been calling that since 2000.
Since 09.
How do you spell that? I want to see that. I want to see that written out.
It's this long. It's very long. It is with Burger though.
I'm finna put it on the banner. Hold on right now.
Don't do that.
Go ahead, Flash. How what's the most challenging part about being in a group?
I think I would have to agree on scheduling time. It's not really a challenge, but it is a obstacle that we are often. I have to agree with what they said. Just time scheduling.
Oh shoot.
I don't know where that came from, but guess what? Titus' name is in there. Titus, your name has been part of his nickname for me since 09.
Yeah, I've known her since 09. So that's very
and she put it
brings back memories. So.
That burger makes me hungry.
What about you, Mr. Onyx? You're quiet on that.
I would say I feel that I've noticed is like we're all passionate and everybody has an opinion, and it's hard to take everybody's opinion when it's one song or one photo or one, whatever it is, one show. And so just trying to apply everybody's, feedback and opinion without upsetting anyone. And then, also on the side of that, we, need to understand that like, just because something is turned down right now doesn't mean it won't happen later. Mm-hmm. Or it doesn't mean that it wasn't a great idea. It just might not be right for right now or for what this is, or that doesn't serve everybody. It maybe only serves 2-3 people, Yeah. So just trying to make sure that, the finished product is a great product and, everyone enjoys it and stuff like that, but not feel excited or anything like that.
Okay.
Thank you all for sharing that.
Yes.
Now I got to just get me a name together and check my energy level. I know if I'm welcome into the house someday.
Yeah, there's a lot of images.
She's still trying to come in the house, girl.
Okay, come on. We're gonna have this audition, girl, and I need love all over me. That's your song. That is your song.
And Miss Coco, you're gonna have to boom cat too. So you can't just stand there and sing.
Come on, boom.
You're gonna have to boom cat too.
Well, you can do a microphone, set at the microphone and just give, do a little what Damo Moon do.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Because I don't really be dancing.
She make it look good.
Yeah.
I was about to say, but
Yeah.
Okay. That's Erica Badu, Angie Stone, and Jill Scott's baby right there.
Come on.
That's the perfect blend.
When I first saw her, what is her name? Layla Hathaway.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Oh my God, the lips, the eyes, the hair. I was just like, yes, you're giving. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I have about maybe 4 or 5 clips. I'm gonna play a little snippets. I want to play for everybody. These are little snippets of the songs from Haus of Everything. Just give y'all a taste of what they bring. Now, ask for.
Yeah.
Look, we don't own the rights to the music, but thank you.
Right, exactly. So YouTube, don't be muting out the end of our show.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a clip, and then y'all tell us, about the clip. Okay,
Right.
Here we go.
I'ma climb the beat like it's 10 feet tall. You know this switch is sweet candy paint up on the wall. Fat boy, no slim. I'm a ball till I fall. If a nigga fucking up, I'ma have to cut him all. Unless they fuck him, I duck him. Never no hands when I suck him. If you ain't about that paper, bummy boy, see you later. See them lanes, they be stalking. On the internet talking. Fucking they out, they be gawking. While I'm on the red carpet. Cause that smoke thick, my eyes low, and I ain't worried about you. That sloppy toppy is mediocre, I call it Lil Chill.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Who's this? Who's the party over here?
Okay. That's the one I can't play with my mom in the car, guys.
I'm jumping back in like, hey.
But when I'm by myself, it's bumping. Okay.
He came right in at the party time.
I had to come in on the party like, yes. Hey.
Let's talk about
10 Feet Tall. How did that come about?
So 10 Feet Tall, wasn't even something that I started out as a song, right? Mm-hmm. It was something that I just wrote as a freestyle to somebody that was just getting on my nerves. I was like, oh, he getting on my nerves. If a nigga nup, I'm gonna have to cut him off. And it was just I was like, oh, and I just wrote it
cut him off.
Like that. You know what I'm saying? I just wrote it. It's supposed to be that big and then I realized when I started rapping it for people, everybody was like, I like that. That's a bop. And so I was like, I had heard Aaron Gunn on Hassan Hannes' song Heavy, that's on Hassan's album. And I had heard an advanced copy of it. And I loved the way Aaron rapped on it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pull Aaron and I'm going to put him on this. And when he made his verse to the song, I was like, oh, this is done. It's over. And we recorded it. And I started letting people hear it. And everybody was like, oh my God, this is so different for you. I've never heard you do a song like this, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And, I just took it and ran with it. And I gave it to Blake Martin. And Blake Martin created that amazing visual. And 277,000 streams later on the video. I've been doing this music for a long time, but 10 Feet Tall got a different reaction I got different feedback from 10 Feet Tall than I've ever got. The gay clubs in Chicago play it, all that good stuff. So it was a game changer. So shout out to 10 Feet Tall, shout out to Blake Martin, shout out to Aaron.
And I want to say that your flow been getting better and better and better and better every time. So
thank you.
When I heard that, I'm like, okay, you got the hip hop. You fucking it up.
Mikey turned gangsta on now. I'm
right. He really did.
Mikey wasn't about no games on there. Mikey was in your face on that track right there.
Wait till the remix, baby. The
I
remix.
was just gonna say, what you see the video for the remix?
Okay.
It's giving something.
Okay. Next clip.
Pick it up, once in a lifetime. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Tell me what's up, tell me what's up. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I really wanna have your time.
I really wanna.
Listen. The blend of it, you know what? If you close your eyes and listen to this, it sounds like one person who just doing ad libs with themselves. They are in syncly. Their voice just marries each other. I love them that those two voices together and that
Similar tonalities.
Come on. Okay, give me the technical term for it. But yeah, that was boyfriend.
Boyfriend, we love boyfriend. That was Pick It Up. I directed that video with the assistance of Titus. I styled them and
okay, director.
Shout out to JD Visuals.
Shout out to JD Visuals.
Yeah.
That took me back to like Puff Daddy should be in there like giving a
lot of inspiration for that other thing. For the thing is Puff Daddy. We watched a couple. We watched a couple 112 videos. Yeah. So that's
Are you serious?
Yeah, promise.
I know my video. Yeah.
Well, meetings. We do vision boards. We have we will literally. We told them to pick 10 videos they want they have inspirations from, and then we have a meeting. We break it down. We create a whole vision. That's literally what we do in our videos.
That's what a creative team does. I love that.
Don't know the makeup.
On the beat space.
So I can play that one for my mom, and my mom's in the car, but I can't play this one.
Understood. My pussy too good for this. Coming off like I can't find nobody other than you. Hold me better than you do. You can't be serious. Was better ask somebody. Ooh, I'm done, moon.
Wow.
They can't say that part on here. They're gonna stop before the cook song.
Yeah, so I love my pussy to God for this. You know, I think
everybody say understood. Everybody say like that. That's not the title. Everybody, the pussy song. My pussy took no. It's just too good. But
it should be.
Shout out to Q because Q wrote that. Q wrote that song.
Come on, Q. Q's ability to capture you through lyrics is like, you know, I never ever considered having like a ghostwriter, but if I was a singer, Q would definitely.
Any day, or a rapper.
Or a rapper.
He goes there for a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it with me. Is you ain't.
He did.
So, but story time. Okay, so the song I heard the demo. I played it in the car. It sounds good. I'm like, cool, but I didn't really care about saying pussy, right?
She didn't want to.
Cause I don't really cuss a lot in my movies, in my songs, in my lyrics.
That's in your
I'm not saying it's bad or anything. If people do it, that's cool, whatever. I just don't never really it don't come to that or whatever. But the more I listen to it, the more I was getting into it. I'm like, you know what? That's good. Cause I also sidebar, I was traumatized before when I was younger, and I really didn't like that word at all because what happened to me when I was younger. I used to talk bad shit about it, everything, all types of stuff. So in that process of that time, my spiritual journey, because that's what the album was called, Spiritual Love Journey. I was accepting myself and everything else. I was forgiving myself for what I was, the things that I went through, and blaming myself. So I was forgiving myself for the trauma that I went through. Yeah. And I started praising my vagina more. You feel me? So when I start listening to it more, it gave me an empowerment. Like, I don't need to be around you if you're not gonna give me what I need. If I'm giving you everything that you need, you feel me? So, so I'm way because it's not about my vagina. It's just me in general. Like I'm too good to be around you playing with me like I'm a toy. I'm not a toy. You know what I mean? So there was some issues with a certain person. They didn't like it because they thought it was about them. It wasn't about them.
A hit dog always gonna
But he felt like it was. Anywho's, it's still a good ass hit, and everybody love it.
Yes. And I found myself saying it too, like, oh, my pussy too good for this. I can't.
Yes.
It's a figure of speech now.
The first time we was doing we was doing a recording at Broken Robots, and I came up to him like, hey, so I got this new song coming out, you want to hear it? And I seen that little part. It was like, yeah, I like that. Everybody loved it, so automatically I just knew it was gonna be a hit, and it's still going. It's still number one. On Spotify actually. So.
Okay.
10,000 streams now. 10,000 streams now.
So.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. So, do you have people coming up to you like your pussy really too good for this?
It is. When I look into them with my red eyes, they be like, "Yeah, you know what? Right? Be careful.
Okay.
Watch out. Watch it.
Be careful."
Speaking of singing, me and Miss Dynamo Moon, I want to play this. Me and Miss Dynamo Moon had a little moment when I first met her. When I first met Dynamo Moon, I had the honor, the privilege, the opportunity to have someone that I was like, I cannot wait to meet her. And as soon as I met her, I had the privilege of giving her a ride in my car. And we had a bonding moment that I will never, ever, ever forget. Can I play it for them?
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Listen, we both discovered that we liked Tina Turner. But
come on, anime.
I was curious what her favorite song was. And when she told me what her favorite song was, we had to have a moment. So here's a piece of our moment, y'all.
Now I love you just the way I love that right. Only now my love has grown. And it gets stronger every way. And it gets deeper. Let me say. And it gets higher. Live my life. And do I love you?
That's it.
You were a young boy, did you have a puppy?
Not a puppy.
I will never forget that. I enjoy, oh my God, to bond over that moment, oh my God, that was everything. That was everything. I was bragging the Flash like Flash. I'm gonna Dynamo Moon is in my car. Dynamo Moon is at my car. I loved it. I loved that so much.
Thank you for taking me home too. I appreciate that.
No, anytime. Anytime. Tell me where you at. Here I come. All right. One last clip before we go. And I could play this one for my mama too. This song. But I love this video so much.
Not giving you up for nobody, 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 nobody. Not giving you up for nobody, 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 nobody. Not giving you up for nobody, nobody.
Nobody. That is a sign it is video called Nobody. We shot that video in LA, directed by Blake Martin, styling by me, and just like Hassan's leading single from his EP. a really, really amazing song. I love it. I love everything about it. I love everything about that video. I love the water.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah.
Who sings in a tank?
He was singing in the
He's
tank.
eating it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really
Independent artist.
Mm-hmm.
Independent artist.
Mm-hmm.
Top notch.
Killing that.
Listen, y'all. I don't want this to end. Can y'all promise me one thing? You know, before that, I want to also give a shout out to Hassan had a birthday as well.
Happy
birthday.
And
Happy birthday.
I had some questions for him about his album, so I thought he was going to be here, but we'll get to him. Trust me.
So we got this private chat, y'all, and I did post something in there, and I think I was kind of looking, trying to see if y'all was able to read it, but I'm gonna have to go back to it because I'm gonna just say it was the black for me. You can continue, Nova. Now everybody like,
oh
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
When he was wait, who video?
I thought we was here.
My video?
Your video.
Okay, let me hit it one more time for the one more time for the one time. One more.
Understood. My pussy too good for this. Coming off like I can't find nobody other than you. Hold me better than you do. You can't be serious. You forgot who I was. Better ask somebody. Ooh, I'm done, moon.
That's bro. Yes, that was Jody.
Right at the
My Jody.
Jody.
Mm-hmm. That was really cool. Like, cause like there was a lot of eye candy in there. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? But yeah, that was cool. I really enjoyed that.
I see the smile.
Yeah. I like how you kiss my neck.
That looked fun. That looked like a fun show.
That was a fun video shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next for the House of Everything?
Woo! As a collective, or as a collective.
Yeah.
As a collective, we're gonna definitely perform some of these songs that we have on this album live. You know, a notes exclusive. We're actually going to be doing a virtual performance, and, which will be airing on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
We'll be taping that. They don't even know all of this stuff. We'll be taping that. We'll be filming
right first here on KNN, you guys.
So we will need audience members. So if y'all would like to come, we'd love to have you. So
okay.
Yes.
Definitely.
Sidebar, I got an album coming out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's called White Smoke, Broken Glass. Got 6 songs on there. I also have a single coming out too, January the 20th. It's called How Deep. You didn't tell me.
Okay.
You listened to it yet?
I didn't listen to it yet. Thank you for reminding me.
We're gonna listen today. I'm gonna send it to you too. You send me your email, okay?
Overnotes@gmail.com.
Okay.
We would love to have you on the show.
Love to hear it.
So yeah, that's January 20th. Then my album Broken Smoke. I said it wrong. White Smoke, Broken Glass. That's February the 14th. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, and next year I'm performing at Taste of Chicago.
Oh,
come on, Taste. Yeah.
That's huge.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So y'all got to promise to come back on KNN.
Yeah,
we will.
Of course, anytime.
Y'all have something y'all want to get it out there, come back on here, and I would love, even if it's a solo project or something individually, we love the house members. So just come on the show, and you're welcome here. This is your second home. Okay, This is the House of KNN.
I love it.
No, but you may need to look for a replacement because I'm gonna be out here.
Oh, that's right. She's gonna be in the house, so she's no longer gonna be available.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll have auditions for Mrs. Coco replacements.
Right.
She's moving on to greater pastures.
Yeah.
She's moving on to greater pastures. You guys will be looking for a new co-host. It's going to be Boone Catton and solo singing on Broadway, and we're going to miss her greatly.
Right.
So the last question I have for you guys, unless you guys have some more questions.
They actually touched on everything as far as the questions I had.
Yeah.
Notes, but it was just flowing perfectly.
Okay, well, any one of you can answer this question. What advice do you guys have for someone who's just starting out as an artist?
Do not stop, keep going. Do not stop, keep going. Don't look for family. Don't look for friends for recognition. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't allow people to tell you, well, you shouldn't do it like this. It doesn't matter. Whoever listens to it, they're gonna love it. Because once you put it out there, it's no longer yours. It's the art. It's the fans. They love your shit. So just keep doing what you need to do, no matter what. Like, keep going.
Let me tell you, this is what I got to say. Stop holding on to that music. Stop letting that music sit in your email and rot and grow hair and like old mold that you not. Stop. Release it. Let it go. Just release it. Like what did you wait for?
What are you waiting for, huh?
What you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
I would say do it because you're passionate and it fulfills you. Don't do it for any other reason.
Exactly.
Everything else will come if you keep doing it.
Period.
Stay focused.
Okay, Mikey, I heard you. Thank you for that.
Oh, I wasn't. Oh, I was talking to you and didn't even know I was talking to you.
But Clover, I knew when you got to doing that. I knew why you were doing that.
Both of y'all were talking. All of you were talking to me. Like I felt that. That's why I put that question on here. What you got? You know, because I'm often in my own way handling a lot of things at one time. So I know how that can be. Focus is that's my cause. The focus is not my strong point, but I'm working on it.
Titus, I see you. Go ahead. Yep.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, cause especially with me being a new artist, and this is a question that I asked myself. I would tell anybody that actually wants to do this, sit down with yourself and ask yourself, as an artist, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to be an artist? And also do your research.
Yes. I
have learned a lot of people that want to be artists. Sometimes you want to do it just because you see somebody else do it. But you should want to be an artist because you want to be it. Not because you need independent on a team, not because your best friend's doing it, not because your favorite artist is doing it. No, because you want to do it. You want to do music. You want to perform.
Hallelujah.
And don't compare yourself to nobody else. Stop comparing your success to or lack thereof to somebody else's. Don't be mad or think that somebody has what you're supposed to have. There's enough life for all of us. There's enough success for all of us. There's enough money for all of us.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes. And I want to add something to that too. And don't copy nobody else's style. If you collab with somebody who's doing music and they're helping you, don't bite their stuff and start copying their style because it's not you. It's not going to be you at the end of the day. Be yourself in your own country.
Period. And don't do it to mainstream artists either.
Yeah.
We don't need it. We don't need another Nicki Minaj.
No, we don't.
Lord Jesus, please, we don't. We don't need another nothing. Be the first you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But Jay-Z wasn't. Never mind.
That's Sean Carter and his business. We ain't
Flash, what would you say? Somebody just starting out music, they're like, Flashy 10, I want to be an artist. Help me.
Stay focused. Don't let things. I get in the way a lot of my life. I get in the way, as you know, Clover. Stop sitting on music, like Mikey said. And this is advice to myself. I mean, something to myself as I watch back.
AKA a radio.
Yeah, stay focused. Get a group of people that are very positive. A lot of good energy. That's the only way I don't think you have to know what you are strong in and what you are not. You have to know what your like you have to recognize what your talent is. Like you can't do everything that everybody else do. You can't work with somebody and steal their stuff and then go off and wonder why someone else steals your stuff and then you get mad at the shit. Like like you can't do that. Like you cannot do that at all. Like I don't understand. And also don't let negativity get to you at this point. Because at this point I don't really think it's all about you at the end of the day.
Exactly.
If you want to do this with a good heart. Do this with what you want to bring. What do you bring to the table that's different? Like when I'm working with everybody else in the house, I have to bring something different. I have to, because if I don't, I'm going to sound like Mikey. I'm going to sound like everybody else. So I have to bring something different. Always be different. Not saying be different from you, but have a thought process of this is going out there and what I want to leave behind as a legacy. Other than that, stay focused. Yeah, that's all.
I love that.
I like that, Flash. I like that. It's very important to surround yourself by people who are doing the same thing, because it keeps you focused. Yeah. And if you're around people that's doing other stuff, for me, it's very easy to lose that focus, because everyone's doing other things and there's no one there that's like feeding that same energy. But shout out to those people who can work alone and get things done. Mikey Everything. I
got a team of 1 million people that stand behind me, Clover.
But before them, honey, you laid the first brick, and they just built onto your house, honey. You laid that brick by yourself. Don't discredit you.
Thank you.
You laid that brick, and they said, "I'll help." Some people wait till the house is built. They be like, "Oh, what's for dinner, baby?" Hunt.
Cement. Brick and mortar.
Listen, Mr. Onyx.
Yes.
What advice would you have for someone coming into the
I said what did I say? Anyway, yeah.
Make sure that
I agree with everything I said, and like Titus said, return to your why.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just be doing it because it seems popular. And like I said, do it out of your passion.
Yeah.
Do it because it fulfills you, not because. And even because there are people out here that are talented singers and rappers and don't want to do it, but they're only doing it because everybody else is saying like, "Oh, you should do this." Like everybody's not meant to be, to try to go pro.
Yeah.
And if you want to do music and do it just because it fulfills you and you want to keep it in your email, fine. But don't be complaining about, "Oh, I wish I could do this." And I was like, no, if you want to do music and you want it to be out there and you want to be a known artist, you got to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I will say one of the reasons, because Mikey actually, I've been dancing with the house for a year now. And then I stepped into being a musical artist. Mikey had approached me some time ago, like around the time I first joined, and was like, "Well, what do you want?" Because one of his good friends, Keenan, who is an amazing opera singer and sings all over the world, one of his neighbors. I grew up singing with him in church and just in like childhood and stuff like that. He's the one that like put the bug in Mikey's ear, like, you know he can sing, right? Mikey's like, "What?" "No, he just danced for me." And so that's when things started being questioned. And so Mikey came to me and was like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, I knew I wanted to do music. I wanted to do it for some time, but that was me answering that out of insecurity. Yeah. And so I will say being a part of the house for the year, dancing and everything before I started singing, built my confidence up so much. And as far as like, Mikey would have me performing in clothes and pieces and stuff. And I'm like, oh, because I'm a bigger guy too. So I'm like, this is kind of skimpy, it's kind of see-through, but okay. I just never said no. I never turned it down. And with me doing that, I realized it was just the right timing. So I was looking at myself like, who the hell have you become? I'm like, if this had happened a year or two ago, somebody had brought me this sheer shirt, I'd be like, hell no. And so just the fact that I never said no and I gave into it, but that's all because of the energy I had felt and the love I received from the second I joined the house. So
you already know I love your thickness.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay, so here on KNN, we have what we call the note box.
Okay.
And in this box contains various notes of random topics. They could be music related, they could be left field. I don't know what I want to pick, but I just want you guys to tell me what comes to mind.
Oh, wow.
When we talk about
Dun, 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 dun. Drum roll.
Okay, so this one says, when was your first / best kiss?
Oh, child.
First.
Ooh.
First and best kiss.
Okay, first kiss. My first kiss ever, I was 13, and it was nasty. I hated it. It was.
When was the first best one though?
My best one was recent.
Oh, not recent.
Recent best kiss.
Was this doing the video? Was this doing the making of the video? No.
Okay.
It happened in July, and
Okay.
I was like, I don't. Well, I mean, I've kissed before, but like what I felt at that time, it was magical. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it made my vagina have a heartbeat.
I was about to say, if the person said yes, you are good for this.
Yeah. Yes, basically.
Yes.
So, my best kiss, was this. It was this year.
That's the remix. My pussy is good for this.
It's ready for this, honey.
Yes. Mr. Titus, what was your best first kiss?
Just thinking about it. So it was actually so I didn't come out as basically being gay until I was 19. So my first time coming out, I was technically a freshman in college, and I met this guy. He was a dancer. He asked me out on a date to the club. We dancing, we're battling. Long story short, we looked at each other. He pulled me into the restroom, and we just went at it.
Wow.
And literally all night, like from the club to his place, and like just all night. And I have never been kissed like that since. And I'm 28 years old.
The spontaneousness of it all.
Yes, he left their mark. He's
y'all dancing, battling and stuff, and he
it was such a movie. It was a step up scene, like a table last. It was just like it was
okay. Last dance all the way, huh?
So he laid out on you.
My worst kiss and my best kiss.
He knew you was a sex kid when he laid eyes on you, huh?
My first kiss would be my best friend Christina, when we was in like, I don't know, kid age, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, when we used to play Truth or Dare in her basement. Worst kiss. Oh God.
What was it? First kiss and best kiss. That's
first kiss and best kiss.
Yeah.
Well, the best
look,
kiss.
Look, I ain't stop him. I was like, who the rest?
Best kisses, the kisses that I've been getting recently.
Oh, okay.
The recent kisses. Okay.
Oh. Titus, what you got over there, Titus? What you got for us, Titus?
I'm here for it.
I want to hear Titus's too. Why am I so? I heard you.
Okay, what was that first? It was a gay club out west. It's no longer exists. It was the first club everybody would go to in the city. I can't think of the
biology bar.
Maybe
the generator.
Sure.
It used to be called.
I know it.
Generator biology bar.
Generator. It could be
warehouse.
That probably would be west of you.
Well, I told him, long story short, it was my first boyfriend. We were battling on the dance floor, and they said, put me in the bathroom. We just went at it.
Oh.
And the whole night.
That was your first kiss?
My first and best kiss, still to this day.
My son is a prude.
And then
he's so prude.
I am
not a prude.
He's a sex kitten, but he approved sex kitten.
The question was best kiss ever. Oh. Just because that's my best kiss. And it was my only kiss.
Mine, I said I was 13. And it was not that great. It was nasty. And then I said my best kiss was recent. It was in July. That's it.
Flash.
July.
Yeah.
Flash. Go ahead, Flash.
My first kiss was very musty because he had a teeth partial that was like when you it clips in and it's to the front teeth, and I didn't know. So when we start kissing, this is a musty ass story. So the teeth partial came out of his mouth and into mine.
That's
so as he went, like we stopped kissing, his teeth was still in my mouth.
So he left you with his teeth.
Yes, the two front teeth came out, and my best kiss was recent. So, but I handed it back to him. I was like, "Yeah,
Christmas is two.
You can take."
Yeah.
Wow.
What's your best kiss?
It was very recent. So.
How recent?
Very recent.
How recent?
Today.
Like earlier this morning after I brushed my teeth.
Oh. Which leads me to Onyx. Mr. Onyx?
My first kiss was with a Mexican neighbor when I was in second grade. We kissed through the fence.
Oh,
and it's so funny because I think back on it, like this is before I knew anything about my sexuality or whatever, but it was just like I knew I liked her brothers and I ended up kissing her, but I'm like, I kissed the wrong person. But best kiss, also recent. I think it was in July also.
Wait, July?
I was hanging out. Me and Flash were hanging out at the Belmont beach, but we were at like in the park at the beach right before you get like where the boats and stuff is right there at Belmont. And it was getting kind of dark, and we were sitting on the benches, and I think that was the first time we discovered that like we both like PDA. And so
let me see.
She said, "Let me see."
So we stood up to kiss right there in the park, and once I like opened my eyes, we were like covered in like trees and like fireflies everywhere, and I was just like, "Oh wow!"
It's beautiful.
And so I ended up writing a song based off of that. So yeah,
that's so
What's it called? About face.
It's called Firefly.
No.
What about you?
Watch the kids right now.
But you know, let me tell you something. You know when the kiss is right, when you kiss somebody and you like, and everything around you just goes silent.
Yes.
Like when you cannot hear and see anything else around you, and time stops, and your lips meet the other person's lips, and then you come back and you're like, wait a minute, I just went to another dimension real fast, and I just
literally we were on Lakeshore Drive. I didn't hear nothing else.
Yeah, right. And when you came back, you were like, wait a minute, I'm in the forest.
Come on, Legend of Zelda kiss.
Okay.
Right.
Mr. G, what about your kiss? Tell us about it.
Oh goodness. Oh, I gotta bring out the tablets. This is a little longer. Bring out the stone and the pick board for me. Let's see. Many moons ago. No. My first kiss was in a coat closet in grade school. You know, I used to have the coat closets behind the classroom. Yeah. So I went back there to put a coat down, and this girl in there, little fast ass little girl, she grabbed me and said, "You gonna kiss me?" She said, "You gonna kiss me?" I said, "What?" I said, "No, I don't want to." She said, "You gonna kiss?" I said, "No, don't do it." And she grabbed me and threw me down on the coat and proceeded to throw her tongue down my throat. But her tongue was all over the place, all in my nose. She was just didn't know what the hell she was doing. It was so nasty. It was horrible. So that was my first experience with a
And
kid.
what grade was that?
This was, what was that? Was that BB? So this was in junior. I think this had to be fifth grade, fourth to fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
So I told a little fast ass. I'm trying to tell you now. She was moving at the speed of light.
She was discovering herself. She ain't got even. She was discovering herself.
She was discovering herself.
She was discovering more in my nostrils than she was everywhere else. Let's see. And I will have to say, since we're live, and he might watch this, what had to be with
live.
I had to say what had to be with my husband. So when we first met, the night we first met, he came and gave you a little story. He visited over my place or whatever, and we sat and played video games all freaking night, and that was just it. And it was just so crazy. We just talked video games, and then right before he left, it was one of those sky opening moments for the kiss that just happened right then and there, right on the threshold as he walked out the door or whatever. So that was good. That would be the best kiss.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah. What you got, Miss Coco?
March 25th, 2006.
Girl, that's the day. This sounds like an Aaliyah song for to come on.
I know. Yo, love is a...
No, when I said I do to my husband.
Oh.
That was your first kiss?
Nice. Her best kiss.
Oh, best kiss. Okay.
What was the
Definitely
first?
one of the first
All
one.
the kisses before that don't even matter.
He said it, I didn't. No, it was with this guy. We used to call him Lil Ed. Edward. Ed. Oh. Edward. And
she said, "Little Ed, come here, little Ed."
Yeah, okay. That could go a whole bunch of different ways.
A whole lot of ways.
Seventh grade or so, don't remember, but it was a group of us. We all were hanging out on the back porch, and it was like everyone had a person. And I looked at him and I was like, mm-mm. And he looked at me and he's like, mm-hmm. And it's like we both were like, mm. And when we went to get close, his breath smelled of white whole milk.
What's the score?
White spoil whole milk. So, before it could connect,
it's a bad deal.
I smelled it. And
so you said you didn't want to do the cookie in there?
Question.
You said no.
I realized I was lactose intolerant. And honestly, I haven't liked milk since, to be honest.
Oh wow, damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't like milk at all.
Wow.
What about you, Clovinova?
My first kiss was a back porch experience as well. My mom, her best friend used to babysit me and my sister, and we used to play house up under the beds. One bed was a house, another bed was a house, and I was up under the bed. We played a game when we went outside, and the boy was supposed to go to work, and we had a little box that we went to work in or whatever, and then it's crazy. He's supposed to pick me up from work. So he had a little bicycle, rode around, picked me up, and he kissed me. And that was the first time I ever been kissed. He kissed me, and I don't even remember how good it was. I just remember it was messy. I don't know if I liked it or not. I don't remember, but it was messy, and I just remember wiping it off. And we just went back up to the bed and went in our house, and it was innocent, but it was okay. My best. It was okay. I guess. To this day, I asked him, "Do you remember that?" And he said he don't remember it. So I don't remember it either. My best kiss was with a guy that I adopted his last name. Was actually my first boyfriend I met when I was in dance class in school, modern dance in high school. So I was in modern dance, and we wasn't supposed to go out in the hallway because we had our little leotards on and stuff, and his school came to my school to watch us dance. Anyway, he saw me in the hallway coming to get some water from the water fountain, gave me his number or whatever, and that was the first and only time I ever ditched school to hang out with a boy.
Oh, he's fast.
And I did school. It was on a Wednesday and it was raining. And we got to his house and we was in the bed watching TV and whatever, and he started kissing me, and it was the most romantic kiss. It was like one of them kisses where like he was off in the military, he just came back, and it was just. Aww. And I remember it was so good that I briefly opened my eyes just to see what was going on. I didn't want to miss nothing. Like, well, you're just his eyes were closed the whole time, and I was laying back, and I just went. It was so good that when I changed my name, I took his last name. And
nice. All right. Well,
well, we all learned something about each other.
Look, so if anybody's seen Dwayne Stratus, please let him know to come on.
Oh Lord!
It was me. It's me. It's me. Yeah.
I'm proud of you for saying his name.
I do.
On that note.
Yes, on that note. I have fun. I enjoyed you guys coming on the show. I can't wait to have you guys back on the show.
Yes,
all week I was a wreck all week, trying to come up with questions. I was like, oh my God, what is it going to be like on the show? Am I going to get nervous? And actually, like just like it was when I met y'all, it felt like family, and I feel connected to you guys in so many ways. I want to thank Flashington Napolitanosaurus Burger for introducing me to the family. The entire group sounds so small. I don't like to say it's a group of people. This is a movement of people. The Haus of Everything movement. And I love the fact that, you guys are supporting each other and keeping each other motivated and inspiring people to go after your dreams, no matter what your talent is. Not no matter what your talent is, but no matter how insecure you may feel about your talent or whatever's in your way, there are people that you can link up with that can support and help you elevate your talent and give you constructive criticism that could take your talent to the next level. I like the way I said, okay. Sometimes I impress myself with my words. I'm sorry, y'all. But and I also shout out to Skinny Blaze for giving me this moon pendant. I love it. Get my glasses back.
Okay, then we can trade.
You just say those to me at the beginning of the show.
So shout out to Skinny Blaze for giving me this. This is everything to me. I feel better. I feel inspired. I feel a little more focused.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
It's a purple moon. I don't know if you guys can see it.
I can see it.
I know you can see it, Miss Moon.
I'm always like, I need that.
Yes. And like I said, if you guys are new, if you guys enjoyed the show, go ahead and subscribe, share this live with everyone else. Hopefully it inspires someone else to hang around people who feed your energy. A lot of people's dreams get killed because they're around the wrong people. Examine your circle. Are those people motivating you? Are they pushing you to be the best you can be? Or are they putting doubt into your head and making you second guess your what you're here for? So shout out for you guys for showing us that, as LGBT artists, we are a movement. We are inclusive, it's not stereotypical. You know, we have layers, and we're powerful as a unit. You know, I think that's what's missing in the LGBT culture as well, and in the community, is that togetherness. Everyone's trying to one up the next person. So I really feel like this is going to inspire other people to come together and do something powerful. Thank you, Mikey, for putting all of this, for being the glue for this movement, not a group. Oh, sorry, wrong one. For being the glue for this movement. Okay. And thank the rest of the House of Everything for trusting Mikey, because listen, it's people are gonna know the House of Everything, and not, you know what I see? I see a reality show with the House of Everything. I see y'all on TV. I see me binge watching the House of Everything. I don't know why, but I see that for you guys. I see a camera crew follow y'all around. And
another thing I keep hearing that I said no to, but we'll see.
See, and your nose may be for right now. Your nose don't mean never. Okay.
This is very true. This is very true.
Stay tuned, y'all. It'll probably be on like BET or Stars or HBO Max, but it's going to be on TV.
And also, I got 2 shameless plugs to do. The 10 Feet Tall remix video premieres this Wednesday. And also, I have a single releasing on January 2nd called Get Your Life. That is coming along with a huge campaign for plus size men. And I also have a song coming out with the famed rapper Shauna. It's called Drip. And that's going to be released in January as well. We're shooting a video. So if you all strippers, all of that for the song.
Shout out to Shauna. I love her. I have an embarrassing story about when I first met her, but we'll save that for if she comes on this show.
When she comes on the show.
When she comes on this show, I'll save you my embarrassing. Listen, remind me, I have an embarrassing story about when I met Miss Shauna.
Yeah, Shauna's very dope. I interviewed her a long time ago. And every time the last time I interviewed her, I said, we're going to see each other. She's like, come on, I'm going to do it. So, yeah.
She's a sweetheart. I love her. Love her. And I can't wait for y'all to hear this music.
Yeah. All right, we ready. We ready.
Okay. Ready. So please come back. This is y'all second home. Give it up again for the House of Everything, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Today.
Thank you so much.
How we had a light issue.
Right.
Hey, but we got up in this thing. We made it happen.
That's right.
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you all again for joining.
Club, I'm proud of you.
Huh?
I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This was great.
This is. I like the way how you just got this all nice.
It's nice, and the feed at the bottom, and the name, and the photos.
I like it a lot.
I think you did okay. I think you could do better. And
okay, so what can I improve on? I'm open. Let me know. Let me know.
How much do we have left?
What's your sign?
Leo.
They're both Leos.
Yes.
I mean, they cool.
She said it like
have mercy.
Leo. Aaliyah was mad about Too Good too. So
just have mercy.
Because they don't know no better. They was probably borderline cancer or
Virgo.
See the cancer over there.
Chill out.
See that cancer over there. That cancer gonna be like,
Chill out.
Yeah.
Probably a Virgo. You know, they are very sensitive. Crybabies, sons, kids, and boys and girls.
You know them Virgos, they be like,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you all again for joining KN.
Yes.
We appreciate you all. And to the other house members that wasn't able to join, we appreciate you all as well for even attempting to do so. So shout out to all of you guys.
Y'all know y'all can hit us up for another one. Y'all can come back. I'm honored to have you guys as the last guest we're going to interview for this year.
That's right.
what a perfect way to close out the year with our guests. We're going to do a nice little wrap up, and we get to end it with the House of Everything. You guys are everything, and I can't wait for everything that's coming for you guys. Yeah, so if you guys are watching, don't forget, again, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. Mom is calling, which means it's time for her lunch. I want you guys to have a peaceful, positive, and productive day. But most importantly,
stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Out of here.
All righty.